Wilson Hall was reportedly built on an Indian burial ground. Spirituals claim that the building is located at the center of a pentagram. The pentagram was formed by 5 such ancient cemeteries, lending this geographical position of either safety or evil. In the 1970s, a male student died under mysterious circumstances in the room 428. Years later, a female student used what she perceived as the room's energy to practice rituals such as astral projection. Astral projection is when the human spirit is said to leave the body and travel about a will. But not long after moving in, the female student died as well, reportedly from cutting her own wrists. Ever since these 2 deaths, anyone who lived in the room reported terrible, scary occurrences at all hours of the day and night. Students reported objects being flew across the room, objects being smashed against the walls. Students even said they heard voices whispering and shouting, even though no one was there. The door would open and then slam shut on its own. Students reported to see demonic faces kept appearing in the wood grain of the doors of the room's door. Although the school replaced the door many times, the tortured, ghoulish faces reappeared every time. Eventually, the room became too frightening, and the university feared another student's death could result. So, they decided to seal the door shut forever. The second story is the Ohio University in Athens, Ohio is perhaps the most haunted campus in the world. The place was established in 1804. A year after the statehood, it was the first institution of superior studies located west of the Appalachian Mountains. The number of allegedly haunted places on the site is quite impressive. They are added to the numerous legends regarding Athens County. Ohio University was one of the places presented in a Fox episode of the series Scariest Places on Earth. Wilson Hall is the most famous place and the most famous haunted place on the campus. It is the building that I point to when speaking about haunted Athens, Ohio. The building is apparently located in the middle of an immense pentagram consisting of 5 centimeters situated in the region. The graveyards are scattered around the area, and when looked at a map, they form a pentagram. A pentagram is an ancient occult symbol of power and magic. According to the tradition, a pentagram might create safe areas free from any paranormal activity. The center is extremely important, and it's no wonder that Wilson Hall resides in the middle of the cemetery pentagram. Pentagram myth has not been demonstrated in the case of Wilson Hall. Experts say that any 5 points can be united on a map in the form of a pentagram. This suggests that all of the interpretations of the pentagram mystery at Wilson Hall are merely speculations. Wilson Hall is said to be home of a ghost that died in a mysterious way in the 1970s. He died in the room 428, and years after that, students residing in the room have said to hear strange sounds, footsteps, and objects being thrown by themselves. Since these occurrences, the room has been closed off and was not given to any new student again. This is perhaps the only university room in the world that is sealed and closed. The school officials have proclaimed the room unheritable. The story says that the female student died in a violent way in the room after practicing occult. It is said the girl made use of the room's energy to practice a method where the human spirit travels on its own after separating from the body. This technique is known as astral projection. The student was also rumored to have reportedly attempted to contact the dead and that she often dabbled in sorcery practices.